Greetings once more, dear friends. Fanatical Dragon back once again with something pretty damn exciting. It's in today from Bioyo. I'm a Chinese import, and this is a brand new release from WCL, aka Disquino, aka M Life. They're all the same company, and this is their brand new version of Ne Zha Conquers the Dragon King from 1979. Not to be confused with the 2019 CG version of Ne Zha, which I'm also a huge fan of, which is just actually about to get a sequel. I think the sequel is just launched in China for Chinese New Year, Ne Zha 2. Hopefully we'll get UK screenings of it at some point. But yeah, the modern version, very, very cool. Older version, also really entertaining, but for kind of different reasons. And this was made by the Shanghai Animation Film Studio, who are probably best known for doing a kind of variety of different monkey-based animations, particularly Havoc in Heaven, which I would stop at this point and urge you to jump on over and listen to my buddy Carlos's podcast, The Heroes 3, because they did a great episode where they looked at Havoc in Heaven. WCL have actually announced they're going to be bringing out Havoc in Heaven, Monkey King and the Fruit of Immortality, and Monkey King Conquers the Demon, hopefully later on this year. But kind of made sense for them to start with Ne Zha, although Havoc in Heaven predates it by a couple of years. Ne Zha Conquers the Dragon King was actually the first feature-length animation out of mainland China, so it kind of makes sense for them to start here. But anyway, enough rambling, let's take a little look inside this glorious box. Beautiful artwork on the front that we'll get a better look at once we get the plastic reflective stuff out the way. Not too sure who the original artist has been who's done the artwork for this, because I think this is not a still from the actual film. There are a couple once we get inside the box, but this is a newly kind of created art on the front, and then a nice bit of debossing on the back. I don't know how well this will pick up, but you've got a little monkey head down at the bottom, wee hologram, which is the monkey from Havoc in Heaven. Very cool indeed. And then obviously kind of gold on our spine too. Very opulent. And then again, I think that is a kind of cleaned up version of a still from the original film. Just a single disc. A nice slightly different image on the inside. And then we get some goodies in here. I think these are numbered, but they were still available at the time that I ordered this. I ended up with number 131 out of 800, but I don't imagine it's going to sell in the numbers that like Better Tomorrow did, or some of the Jackie Chan releases. I think they just did Miracles 4K. So part of the reason I recently did a video saying I'm buying less and less Mantelab stuff, in fact no Mantelab stuff really moving forward, and a big part of it is because of how much WCL has stepped up. They've been putting out some really interesting stuff on 4K. So we get a booklet, which I think is largely stills from the actual animation, which confusingly he does kind of look a little bit like a little girl through most of the animation, but he's not. And then thinking some of the different voiceovers, they often got girls to do his voice, but Ne Zha is indeed a little boy. And this is the story of how he kind of goes up against the Dragon King. But really nice animation, kind of really very different style to certainly to American animation that's been done at the same time. I think the animators kind of studied an awful lot of Russian animation before they kind of started working on their own project. So it has a very different feel that is slightly more, I guess, Russian in origin partly, but they've kind of put their own spin on it, and it has its own kind of charm. I think kind of an awful lot of similarities in the animation style in this and Havoc in Heaven. So if you've seen Havoc in Heaven, I think you'll definitely enjoy this. If you haven't seen Havoc in Heaven, I think it is up on YouTube, so I'll maybe leave a link down to that below and you can check out Havoc in Heaven, because that's well worth a watch too. Inside here we're getting, I think, a couple of posters. Let's see. So we get a wee replica of our WCL tag, and then what looks like a big fold out, very wide poster. That's pretty cool. And then I think our other one, judging by the size of this, is another big super wide poster. So we get one that is in portrait and then one that is in landscape, but they are absolutely massive. Pretty cool. Very nice indeed. And that is it. Pretty reasonable set, because it's not a 4K one, this one. And shipping not too bad via Bioyo. So I would definitely encourage them if you're looking for any WCL releases. I think this ended up costing about 45 quid for the set plus shipping. So it ended up costing about, I think, just under 60 quid for me to get all the way across from China to Scotland. So quite expensive for a single animation, but I think one that I was definitely wanted to pick up. It's one that my wife remembers very fondly from her youth, and we're a huge fan of the various monkey animations, so we'll hopefully grab them too when WCL put them out. But that's it. Let me know in the comments down below if it's an animation that you've enjoyed, or if it's one that you haven't, if you're looking forward to seeing it. And definitely go and check out Carlos's amazing podcast episode on Havoc in Heaven, because that's a thoroughly entertaining episode of a phenomenal podcast. So yeah, jump all over that one too. I've been the Fanatical Dragon. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you very soon for the next one. Take care.